what? Only media that have been speaking. Oh, the voice or the voiceless. For the poor, no more bad government. Niger one, no more bad government. Niger one to be here, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, the number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger one, no more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what you? Voice for the voiceless. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. 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 I don't want you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing. And he recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the number one. I don't want you.
And trial of the leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has sparked fresh controversy following a confrontation on the floor of Nigeria's House of Representatives. At the center of that confrontation is Abia State Representative Obi Agwocha, who engaged House Speaker Tajuddin Abbas in a tense 7-minute exchange over what he describes as Kanu's deteriorating health condition and the government's silence on the matter. Agwocha had raised a point of privilege during Tuesday's plenary, demanding answers to a letter he submitted nearly 2 months ago to the Speaker, Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regarding Kanu's worsening health. In dramatic fashion, he declared that Nnamdi Kanu is on the verge of death, insisting it was a matter of life and death that warranted urgent parliamentary intervention. The Speaker ruled him out of order, but Agwocha's persistence has yielded results. The House is now scheduled to debate his motion this week following Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu's intervention. Well, Agwocha's involvement in this case is not coincidental. He has been formally authorized by Nnamdi Kanu himself to interface with the Nigerian government on his behalf. Well, joining us now to discuss these developments, the medical concerns, the parliamentary battle ahead, and what he believes must happen next is the representative for Ikuano, Umuahia North, Umuahia South Federal Constituency of Abia State, Honorable Obi Agwocha. Thank you very much for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you very much, OJ. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Honorable Agwocha, let's start with Tuesday's heated exchange with Speaker Abbas. You raised Nnamdi Kanu's health as a point of privilege, but the Speaker ruled you out of order. Now, can you walk us through what happened and why you felt this approach was necessary? You stated that Nnamdi Kanu is on the verge of death. What specific information do you have about his health condition that led you to make, such a grave assertion?
Well, on the 21st of August, I had paid a visit to my constituent, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, at the DSS detention. And when I met with him, honestly, I thought I was seeing a ghost-like figure. We discussed extensively, by which we had an intervention of his medical doctors to do a full assessment of him. And their conclusion, which was part of the report that I sent to Mr. President, that I sent to the Attorney General and to my Speaker, was the conclusion of the report was that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had organ insufficiencies, including a low potassium count. You could also recall that during the rendition, the extraordinary rendition on him, his nose were broken and so many other issues that arose from that. So mainly what I was saying to the Attorney General and to the Mr. President and to my Speaker was for them to urgently intervene to give him adequate medical treatment, and at the same time for them to constitute their own panel, government panel, to reassess Mazen Nnamdi Kanu with a view to look at the medical report that was in existence, which was his own medical report. And the Attorney General actually constituted a medical team to reevaluate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Upon their evaluation, they even went further than Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's team of doctors to also verify that there were other issues that even were not captured by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's doctors. So the court in its sitting also instituted another panel of Nigerian Medical Association to independently verify the other two reports and assess Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So we are still waiting for the NMA report to be made available to the court so that we can look at how far that he has gone into the deterioration of his health. But Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, make no, we should not be under any illusion. He's sick. And if his health is not managed away from the primary health centers that he's been managed at the DSS facilities, what we are requesting for Mr. President is for him to intervene to have DSS transfer Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from a primary healthcare type facility to an adequate tertiary health facility anywhere in the country so that his health can be managed effectively. Otherwise, if by providence that they allow Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to continue to deteriorate and he dies in detention, it will be catastrophic and volatile, especially in the Southeast, for them to manage. What we want is for the government to be circumspect about it and look at it critically, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has a fundamental human right. He has neither been convicted for any crime in Nigeria, nor, so that for him, the same right that should be availed to me or to any other Nigerian should also be accorded to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. His health is very paramount and must be treated accordingly.
All right, Honorable Agocha, thanks for the information. You're very specific. You're also very detailed. But I'll also, at the risk of asking for, personal information, I'm wondering, since you've engaged directly with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and with his medical team, and you're specific in what you are requesting for, the sort of medical attention at a medical facility that you think will be able to look after him. Do you have an idea of what ails him? What is he suffering from? I get the point of the broken nose, a few other things that you mentioned. But then if we're using phrases like on the verge of death and that the health is deteriorating, and we're talking, 2 months ago up till now, what precisely ails him? And what are your expectations when you return to plenary and you represent your demands to the Speaker of the House of Representatives? Are you hopeful that he will do the needful?
I lost you there a bit, okay, but let me try to make the general assessment of what you just said. Yeah, I used the word on the verge of death because of the deteriorating conditions as were assessed by his own doctors. And as well, when the second team of doctors constituted by I believe at the leave of the Attorney General, also went further than the doctors. That means that, at the baseline, the baseline, which is Nnamdi Kanu's doctors, are saying that he has organ deterioration and insufficiencies, low potassium. And if we continue to allow him to stay in that condition unmanaged and not given adequate medical treatment, then what we are invariably saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be on the verge of death, which was why I urgently said, please take this man away from the DSS treatment facility, which can be compared at best to a primary health facility. They will not be able to give him adequate treatment. And that was why I specifically requested for him to be taken to an adequate tertiary health facility where he can be given multiple attention on multiple issues to be treated. I mean, it's best for Nnamdi Kanu to be alive than to be dead. Even the judge in the matter said it's best for him. It's only somebody who is alive can stand trial. So, but fundamentally, this is something that is requested, that is due to Nnamdi Kanu as a citizen of Nigeria. Every citizen has a fundamental right to adequate health care and treatment. Now, regarding the speaker, the urgency of it was why I came under privilege. One, because I have written them earlier, requesting for their intervention. And as a member, I deserve to have a response of whatever issues that I raise, whether it be positive or negative. So when they didn't respond, and it appears that that culture of silence existed in respect to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we cannot continue to deal with the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in private. It is important that it is venerated in public so that people would know his health status, his condition, and the solutions that we are providing for him to be treated. I don't think that asking for Nnamdi Kanu to be given adequate medical treatment is too much. But what we are saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deserves every fundamental right to get adequate treatment from the state.
Yes, thank you so much for that. Now, of course, we know that, you were specifically named by Nnamdi Kanu to interface with the federal government on his behalf, and you raised that order, that issue under Order 2, or Order 6, Rule 2, on privilege, like you rightly said. Now, in as much as the Speaker ruled you out of order, he has said and promised that this motion will be entertained under proper procedure. Have you gotten any commitment as to this being the case, when this might happen?
I lost you there, but I think I understand what you are trying to ask. We've received a commitment from Mr. Speaker on the floor of the House of Representatives that he will allow for a proper motion to be brought to the House of Representatives for consideration. So within the next few days or within the next week, we hope to bring a proper motion for the consideration of the House of Representatives and for the House of Representatives to take a position on that, to which will determine whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a fundamental right to be given adequate treatment while in detention. So I'm happy that even though that we came through member privilege, that the Speaker has also agreed to allow for a proper motion to be put forth, and then when we hope, what we hope with not just myself, but in collaboration with other members, especially of the Southeast Caucus of the House of Representatives, that we will all come together and stand up and demand for urgent intervention of Mr. Speaker of the House of Representatives and indeed Nigeria to ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is given adequate treatment that he so deserves.
All right. Now, I'd like to discuss a few topics here. Some Nigerians are now calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. We are seeing these hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu all over social media, including Vice President Atiku Abubakar, activist Omoyele Sowore, and other Southeast leaders. And I know that this is coming especially after we saw reports from the North Katsina State, specifically of officials holding peace meetings with terrorist leaders under Operation Safe Corridor, with pledges of reconciliation. I mean, meanwhile, we know that Nnamdi Kanu, who I believe was discharged at one point in 2022 by the Court of Appeal, remains in detention. And these are the conversations that we're seeing online. Now, how do you reconcile these apparent double standard in the government's approach in dealing with Nnamdi Kanu's case? Now, do you believe there is any sort of ethnic or regional dimension to how the federal government treats security challenges in the southeast versus the northwest?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question, OJ. Clearly, Section 40 of the Nigerian Constitution as amended guarantees the right to peaceful assembly and association. So I'm very happy that despite the veil and the veil of silence that has existed all over the country, Nigerians are waking up to their responsibility and demanding for justice for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And if it takes for them to have a peaceful protest, then that's what it would take. I've endorsed that, that we all should speak up now. The truth is that in Nigeria there appear to exist two sets of rules. One specifically for the Igbos and another for the other Nigerians, especially in the administration of criminal justice in Nigeria, where an Igbo man, goes through a whole lot of challenges than any other tribe in Nigeria. That bias, I don't know where it exists and comes from, maybe since after the post-Civil War. But we are all Nigerians, regardless of our ethnic backgrounds, regardless of our cultural backgrounds. The same right that exists for a Northerner, for a Yoruba man, for any other tribe otherwise minded, is the same right that should exist for the Igbo man. There shouldn't be any special exceptions. I mean, look at Nnamdi Kanu. See, look at what we are fighting is even to get treatment. There are a whole lot of people in that gap previously that were held by the state that even demanded to go overseas to get treatment for their ailments. But Nnamdi Kanu, it seems that we have to go 10 steps further, sometimes more challenges, uphill task, to even get the government to consider giving adequate medical treatment to Nnamdi Kanu. You also look at in the administration of criminal justice, the charges that have been put forth to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when others that were also in the same gap were pardoned or exonerated by the court. At the determination of the court, they were free. But Nnamdi Kanu has been subjected for 10 years in trial. 10 years in trial, and to no end would that happen. So, but as of today, a lot of Nigerians are coming together to say enough is enough. Look at the recent pardon of Mr. President. He pardoned everybody, even those who are drug lords, those who have murdered people in the country. Yet Nnamdi Kanu has not been proved either through the court testimonies of witnesses or otherwise minded that he has committed any offense. Yet he's been subjugated and he's been subjected to almost like his rights as a person have been dehumanized. So what we are asking for is for the government to be able to look critically on the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to ensure that fundamentally that this is the aspirations and hope of people, especially of the Igbo tribe, that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, it will bring about it will bring security in the southeast. It would enhance productivity, and at the same time allow the Igbos to freely be engaged in various activities that Igbos are running away from because of high crime and criminality, banditry and assassination. So for Mr. President, it would also help Mr. President consolidate his goodwill in the southeast. But for him, and then you look at, I'm sorry to say, but when you look at his prosecution team, every member of his prosecution team are Yoruba. So the judge is Yoruba. It now appears as if it's a war between the Yoruba tribe and the Igbo tribe. It shouldn't be like that. So for us, it is critically important for the government to be circumspect about this, and the Igbos are asking for it, and that this is our this is our hope and aspiration, that the president can consider universally the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that Southeast can return to peace, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can come to his family and be engaged in productive activities as he has been previously. That he's demanding and demanding for the welfare and well-being of his people is not it's not a crime. Right. Anybody can demand for the betterment of their people. After all, their people, which are the Igbos, themselves have felt exceedingly marginalized in this project called Nigeria. But we are Nigerians. We need to come together and work together, hand in hand, to ensure that what is good for the other tribes, what is good for every other person is also good for the Igbo man, and begin to stop this hatred, biases that occur when it's an Igbo man than otherwise stated. Right, so I'm pleading with Mr. President, I'm pleading.
Go ahead. You were saying yes. You're pleading to Mr. President, but I wanted to take you on that.
We're pleading with Mr. President to take a second look at the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was initially arrested, he was 46 or 47 years old, and now he's about 57 years old, and still in detention, still on trial. And it is important that we bring all the spectacle to a conclusion and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as we are demanding for.
I wanted to take you up on that rhetoric you made about the president granting clemency to 175 inmates and ex-convicts. Now, you know that the presidency is defending this as a legitimate exercise of constitutional powers of mercy. Now, given that you have been authorized by Nnamdi Kanu to interface with the federal government on his behalf, do you believe, now considering that he had, that Court of Appeal had discharged him in 2020, do you believe that Nnamdi Kanu should be a candidate for presidential clemency as well? Is that what you're suggesting? Have you explored this avenue?
Well, the clemency starts with a conviction. Nnamdi Kanu has yet to be convicted in any court in Nigeria. Rather, he's been acquitted. Most charges against him has been discharged by a Nigerian court. The problem previously was Nigerian court were adamant and were not obeying court orders. So we want this president, like I said, to be circumspect as to many discharges that has happened in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But on the whole, the president should be holistic. What is the best interest for the Southeast? For peace and stability in the Southeast, to have a reduction in high crime and criminality, banditry and assassination, starts from the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So it is important that the president understands that the Southeast must have to be made whole, that we can no longer continue to remain in silence and think that everything is going to be better. So what I'm pleading with Mr. President is, if he's listening today, Mr. President, we know that you are the original Jagaban, that you have the authority, constitutional authority, to bring these matters to a close by even invoking Section 174 of the Constitution to ensure that the discontinuation of the trial. Let us sit on a table, political round table, and seek common solutions to this. The Southeast are asking unequivocally for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The entire Nigerians, as you will see maybe on October 20th, will come out in droves to demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I believe that the president is a listening and attentive president, and I'm sure that he has heard various voices, and I'm sure that he's also looking for a solution on how to be able to solve this issue. I said previously that I will make myself available to come to discuss with the government at all levels. They've also availed me opportunities in the past, but for now, for all of us to come together and find a common solution that will bring about the discontinuation of the trial, and the health situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to ensure that we have peace and stability in the Southeast. I think those should be the paramount issues to talk about.
All right, Honorable Agocha.
And like you said, I've been given his mandate. Okay. I've been giving his mandate, his legal mandate, to ensure that we negotiate with the federal government of Nigeria and to ensure that we seek a political solution that will bring all this to an end.
All right, very well said, Honorable Agocha. First question, I would like to ask a couple, if you don't mind. What do you think recommended you for the role that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given you as the negotiator with the federal government, given that you are also part of government one way or the other? But I also heard you say something akin to conspiracy of silence, even in the National Assembly, as far as Nnamdi Kanu's issues are concerned. What recommends you for this role, and what specific holistic move do you think that you have made as Southeast, as Igbo nation, to consider what Ohaneze has always, tried to say, that it is political solution that can ultimately free Nnamdi Kanu? I'm asking this because you are also endorsing the protest, peaceful protest, we've been told, but then you are endorsing it on the one hand, and then on the other hand, you seem to be asking for a political solution. Do you think that the two can cohabit peacefully, given that you even use the word hatred when it comes to matters of the Igbo? So I'm trying to put all these things together to say, where precisely do you stand? A protest or peaceful negotiations to get Nnamdi Kanu sorted?
The Americans say you can walk and chew gum at the same time. So I can still support the protest because it is a guarantee of the Constitution. Like I said, Section 40 of the Constitution guarantees the right for peaceful assembly and association. So Nigerians are guaranteed to that. I am also a Nigerian. If I feel that I need to protest against the silence, against the culture, repeated culture of silence in respect to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the injustice that been meted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then it is my right as well, despite also being in government, to say, no, this is my primary constituent, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that I do not like how he's been treated, especially the administration of criminal justice, especially as it held in regards to his health conditions. So on that side, I do not see that it is anything unusual or extraordinary for me to endorse such. Anywhere we can get Nigerians to come and put pressure on the government to ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is adequately taken care of, or to ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, then that assembly, peaceful assembly, has my endorsement. Then on the other hand, I'm the representative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I've known Nnamdi for a very long time. We went to primary school together. He was my junior. Went to secondary school together. We lived in the same home here. He's my constituent. So it is my responsibility in government to speak not just for him, but for many others in that gap of injustice. So it's my responsibility as well. Now, for him to have given me the mandate to negotiate means the highest confidence that he has and trust that he has in me, to know that I will stand by him unequivocally.
Mr.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Edward, calling from Sango.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
On this protest of Sowore in favor of Nnamdi Kanu, I will say let him do that protest.
Okay.
Because at least let him don't look it as he's doing it for Igbos. Let it be the protest against inhumanity to Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
Because if he put the title in that way, that inhumanity against Nnamdi Kanu, it will be a national protest. It will not target Igbos.
Okay.
Because any people coming out for the protest, they will not write Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa in the protest.
Okay.
Because this, some people will say, don't do it because of Igbo business or that. Those Igbo business cannot be more than the life of Nnamdi Kanu. Because it's a humanity to Nnamdi Kanu, who is a citizen of this country. Let Sowore do that protest. But the only thing is that Atiku, all those prominent people you call like Obis and Atiku, they not even show face there. But let the entire nation hold that protest.
All right, thank you very much. 08036929933. That's the number. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
My name is Mr. Made, calling from Egypt.
All right, Mr. Madi, please go ahead.
Esther, by the time you are saying that nothing concerns you, it worries me. I don't know whether you are trying to pretend or what. Because everything body is stable about Nnamdi Kanu. So by saying that nothing concerns me, it gives me a bother for that. Please don't use that language, please. Okay. So what I'm telling you is this. About this nation, we are not telling ourselves truth. Until the day we come to the round table and we tell ourselves truth, you know that there's no oneness in this country. We are just keeping ourselves together for just with mouth. Because a lot of things have happened to tell you that indeed Nigeria is not one. But when we are telling you, people will say, I don't say it in national radio, but the leaders are saying it and doing it, practicing it every second of the day. Nobody is cautioning them. All this kind of pretense we are pretending in this country. And this one is this one, this one is this one. There's no elites in Nigeria because everybody are just like people on the street. Because the leaders that you are expecting that to support the direct us well, they are messing the whole system up. So by saying all this, it bothers me. So please let us understand that we are not telling ourselves truth. That is, by the time we know that we are not telling ourselves truth, then we start telling how can we go to amend all these things.
All right, thank you very much. 08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. What's your name? Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank God. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine. My name is Peter.
Peter, welcome, sir.
Let me.
Peter, where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, please go ahead, sir.
There are two people that I used to call. One is Yoruba, one is Igbo. The one that is talking to you is the Igbo person.
All right, go ahead, sir. I didn't know. I just asked. There's another one in Ogun State, so that's why I asked.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I want to ask about question. You see all this killing that they are killing in Benue State. Please, what the people be Atiku and all the people, all the ones that want to contend in 2027 election, what did they do?
What did they want?
That's the question. What? All the people that they are killing in Benue State, people be Atiku and other leaders that want to contest in 2027 election, what did they do? And they say we should come outside and voting is not the problem. But we all know that these people, they are human beings like us. They can say something and they can change their mind. What the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu told us before he became president, he said that he will reduce the price of fuel. Is it not? There are many things will come down. Has he done anything? The new Naira note that they were changing in that 2023, are they done changing it? So it's all about we being careful. It's about being careful. That's it. That's my topic this night. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you so much. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello. Good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening.
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm Macaulay from Mapoluku.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I saw a move for the Nnamdi Kanu case. The welcome development. That tells the nature of that man, Sowore.
if we can have more of things in Nigeria, anything about tribalism and injustice will be dead. Because if someone else like him might come from another part, like the North, do the same thing to fight injustice, and that will go a long way solving the problem of sort of injustice to the masses. Again, when you're saying that the president has nothing to do about like taking decision of Nnamdi Kanu on political or his political strength, then how about the one he released, the one pardon? The situation of Nnamdi Kanu, don't you think it stands, the problem stands more devastated if anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu there than if anything could happen to the ones that he has pardoned? That's what we should understand. The president should have any political leaning on it and set this man free to avoid any other problem. So kudos to Sowore for his moves. If I'm allowed, I will even join the protest. Let Nigeria work from somewhere.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
08036929933 08036929933. Hello, good evening. What's your name?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
This is D. Emmanuel. You hear me? I'm calling from Ikorodu in Lagos.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
So I can honestly, if you look at the Nigerian situation, you would understand that politicians in Nigeria are desperately wicked and evil. Why did I say so? Now it is very pronouncing because it is an Nnamdi Kanu. That's my own brother because I'm from the southeast that they are going to organize the protest for. But believe you me, in the past 2-3 years, people have been killed, maimed, raped within Lagos. And there has not been any reasonable protest to compel the government to order to stop the killing. So how do you even explain that in Nigeria now we pay as much as 2005 for a kilo of a gas? My sister, how do you explain that? That's on the one hand. We are oil producing state too. A nation that produces oil, we have gas virtually everywhere in Nigeria. But this is the situation in Nigeria. How do we explain that? That's on another hand. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the whole situation. The Nigeria of today that we have, that people can no longer feed. I'm a first timer in the program, but wow. It's a very beautiful program, yes.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
So I'm a political commentator, a social commentator and analyst. How are we going to explain to our children that this is where we find ourselves now, where people can't feed again? We are talking about okay, look at the other day. They were asking Dave Umai, my governor, former governor of my state, to calculate per kilometer. What was he saying there? What he said on that program.
He said it is not per kilometer, it's average kilometer. That's the right term to use, not per kilometer.
So my sister, is that not enough that you call a public office holder to tell you how you spending your money? And look at what the type of gibberish speech he was talking on a national program. Nigerians are very patient too. Times are hard though. I just pity these politicians. Okay, how do you compare? Let me just round off.
All right, sorry, sir. Please, we'll take one final call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, this is Chus calling from Lagos.
All right, Mr. Chus, please go ahead.
Yeah, if you have to ask my opinion in the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, honestly, even as a Igbo man who I be, I was letting him remain there. I might be to some people who felt that maybe I want Nnamdi Kanu to be there. But if I'm to say about the hard work he has caused with Igbo, I'll tell him to remain there. Because from the day Nnamdi Kanu's agitation was the day Southeast become no-go area. So if I had to put out the sentiment The only way I can say release him because of the settlement that Tinubu is doing from the north, he negotiate with the bandits. But without that, my area is not is where somebody cannot go to the village. It's because of Nnamdi Kanu. Go on, no government. It's because of IPOB. So for me,
what area are you from?
If you ask me, Nnamdi Kanu should not be released.
What area? What area are you from? What state?
I'm from Olu for Grand Lab. From Olu. So those areas are not banned. And if you listen to his speech, for somebody like you that is saying that tribunal is not in his hold. If you listen to Nnamdi Kanu's speech in one of his broadcasts during the answers where he say go to Babylon, kill Tinubu, kill his property. If you are the Tinubu, we release him. I'm not against his freedom fighting, but I'm against the way he's going about it. Every Igbo man that has the blood of Igbo knows that it's a Biafra without being told. But the area he has taken into is what is making. Look at the opportunities in Lagos. We cannot go back to our state. It now look like maybe the opportunity from our own state. But because of this agreement that is there, they say go and invest in your state, go and invest in your region. How can you go to your region? When they say if you go, you might not come back alive. Who caused that? It's Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, fighting for freedom. We all know that. Like I said earlier, every man in his blood, without being told, know that it's a Biafra. Everything is not by knife and gun. Sometimes they apply wisdom. They say you cannot continue doing the same thing and want to get a different result. This is what I've been doing. We did it with the Ojukwu, we did it with the Wazirike, now with the Nnamdi Kanu. The same tactics. Yes, things are not getting right. We are being killed, the Igbos. We are being destroyed properties in the Igbos. That somebody will still come out and say,
all right, my people, una the year waiting at the year, so right? This is an Igbo man who called into this show because this is Rufai's show, Rufai Oseni's show. The man said his name is Shooks, and he's saying that if you ask him, unquote, I would prefer Nnamdi Kanu to remain there, not to be released from prison. He said it's from Onu. I bet my Igbo people, I don't know where Onu is. Is any local government or a place called Onu? Igbo man calling to a live show saying he doesn't want Nnamdi Kanu to be released from prison. My people, when the year where TB the year for year. Ah, God. Anyway, I will expatiate on this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you right there. Thanks for your time with us. Mother of our Mommy Diaspora, good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you for being there for us all the time. Thank you, Abu Azi. I appreciate you, my brother. Thanks for always being there. Although I've not seen you today, I'm not sure if you are there. Thank you, everyone. Mother Peggy Modi, thank you very much, Chris, the CXL. Thank you, Uyi Desmond, D.L. Sadolo. Thank you, my people right there. Kisdo Geraki is right there. Sabovo Konga is with us as well. Our Models Academy is right there with us. Our Dream Nation is right there. Thank you. Good evening to you all. Happy Sunday to every one of you, my people. Miracle Wonder. Thank you very much. Wabo Felix. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you. Bex Max. Thank you very much, sir. Good evening to you. Dixie Dagbo is right there with us. Simon Nagbo, my brother, I can see you. CEO in the building. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening to you. Peter Ife, I can see you right there. Michael Carter, I can see you. Vatos Akwebele and Victor Organic Boss. God bless you all, my people. Thank you. Please just press on the like button. Help us to share. At peace, I can see you right there. Thank you. Good evening to you. Tana, thank you very much. I can see you. Michael Kelberry. Thank you. Ojuku. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Momosa Amarege Peters, I can see you. Good evening to you. Chidima, thank you very much. God bless you. And many others that are going to be joining us later on. Or if I didn't mention your name, I want you to know that we are together. I appreciate you. But let's listen for that to this.
The problem we have as Igbo, we are too emotional. We are too emotional. We can't just tell our brother and say this is wrong and just is doing it. If they want to take advantage of our emotion, they will say they are killing us. They'll bring killing, they'll bring this, they are marginalizing us. Are we the only people that have been marginalized in the country?
Thank you very much. To be honest with you, he represents a couple of people too actually want him to remain there. A couple of people think he was one that brought the unrest in the southeast. The fact that you're not getting majority of the callers speak like this, a couple of people actually think this way. There are some people, if you say, do you want a referendum, do you want to secede, they'll tell you no, they don't want that. So again, very, very quickly, a few seconds, Mr. Tony, I'll start with you. What's your takeoff?
My takeoff is that Nigerians should take back their country. Don't mind what these political so-called leaders are saying. There's no problem in obedience. Nigeria will be great again.
Well, for me, I would advise everybody to keep their head low and keep believing that one day we'll get it right as a country.
And I will advise people to keep their head high because the country belongs to you. You can't be a slave in your country because when you are a slave, your children will continue to be slaves. This country belongs to all of us. So we take it back. And lastly, we are asking for justice for Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody is saying whether it is justice. That's it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lawal Ekundaya. Sincerely do appreciate your coming. Damilare, God bless you for being here. Mr. Tony Mbata, thank you so much. My yellow-white colleague is already red. So thank you, gentlemen, for being part of it. Barrister Ezra Richard, I sincerely do appreciate your...
Wow. I actually spoke to somebody as well in Lagos. And I was shocked, although the person, I don't know her before, but it was where we went to, and she was there. No, we were talking about this now. She came in, and she's an able lady. She said similar thing. I was shocked. Yes, she said similar thing that, yes, she want Nnamdi Kanu to be there, not to release, because it's because of Nnamdi Kanu that she have to move out of Southeast, that she lost her own only brother because of sit at home and all that, blah, blah, blah. Yes. But I argued until I was pinched by my friend that I should forget about this argument because it was a physical argument. But regardless of what, my people, these people that are saying that Nnamdi Kanu should remain in prison, are they aware that terrorists were given a peace talk? So that means Nnamdi Kanu's case right now is the worst that have ever happened amongst others. Even worse than whatever terrorists have done in Nigeria, right? Is that what you guys telling me? Anyway, let me finish my presentation. This is shocking.
The Kanu situation didn't need to last one day longer than the day Buhari left. Kanu was Buhari's personal prisoner because those people, the Buharis of this world, believe that Nigeria is a real estate that must be held together, it must be united. But you would think that people who claim they have broad minds about what Nigeria is, the diversity of Nigeria, the crisis, is the first person they would have done. The first person they would have let go is Nnamdi Kanu, because didn't we let go Sunday Igboho? Have we burned down Yoruba land? Before Buhari left, I was one of the people fighting for Ezaki. The argument by those who were opposed to his release was that if he comes, he will burn down Kaduna. Ezaki has been out of jail now for how long? He doesn't even have time for Nigeria. He has become an international ambassador for Nigeria. He goes to Lebanon, Iran. I've seen him in Iraq. He has not had time to even rebuild his area base. That shows to you that what of some of the fear mongering that happens on the corridors of power is driven by unreasonableness.
Omoyele Sowore there stating that Nnamdi Kanu was treated as Muhammadu Buhari personal prisoner, and then I wondered why until I stumbled on this video. I am somebody that has not given 100% interest into Nnamdi Kanu's activities. I found a few things and I wasn't so pleased, and I'm human, I can swear. But this particular video I'm about to show you maybe harsh, maybe too much truth, fierce truth, but you cannot take away the fact that a lot of things that Nnamdi Kanu said here looks like they are coming to pass effortlessly and conveniently. And maybe this was where Nnamdi Kanu may have offended Buhari, being who he is. Buhari was very nepotistic, tribalistic, bigot, and of course Nnamdi Kanu offended him and his ideology with this video. Let's see the video together.
Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fasoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them.
Now, tell me what is wrong with what Nnamdi Kanu said here. Because as to the best of my knowledge, what I can understand there, every single thing way Nnamdi Kanu talk there is truth. Now, 100% fact. Let's listen further.
Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president. Because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. Hey, IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. That's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. There's the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning, please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is minerally the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to place. All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I am ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want you to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You're in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle nama from over 300 miles. It's claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax, Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and grace anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akeredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quit notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, they will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. As soldiers of Kadu did that Lord Banta. They're taking it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope them prove to us that you are stood. Give us land in Olo. Hope them will give them land in Olo. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you're one Nigerian. That was why Obioso was talking rubbish. Was yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never, ever, ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you are from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president.
Wow. Wow. Can you tell me, everything when Nnamdi Kanu talk for that, tell me which one will not be faced today? He talk heavily about the Fulani people, and look what we are facing today. Most of you listening to me today, the Fulani people have occupied your farm. You talk about the raping our mothers and our daughters and all that. Yes, today is happening, right? Then, so that means arresting Nnamdi Kanu was a deliberate act because it tackled Buhari. Now, since Tinubu is in power, Why can't Tinubu let Nnamdi Kanu go? Why? Because under Tinubu, the federal government had a peace talk with terrorists. Right? Now, Joe Igbokwe is saying that federal government make the not release Nnamdi Kanu. Never. Joe Igbokwe wants federal government against releasing Nnamdi Kanu, says IPOB leader does not deserve pardon. This Joe Igbokwe not be Igbo man. I be want to talk. I don't want to go in. I don't want to go cause problem for myself. Then I'll listen to myself. Meanwhile, Dele Momodu have also come out to say that he's in support of the march to support the release of Nnamdi Kanu. So, which is a good thing. I would like us to, let me take further with this article of Joe Igbokwe. As you can see right there, Daily Post. Run away from Nnamdi Kanu is a Southeast problem. Joe Igbokwe issues warning to Sowore. A chieftain of All Progressive Congress APC, Joe Igbokwe, has issued a warning to activist politician Momoele Sowore for demanding the release of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Igbokwe said Sowore should run because Kanu is a pusher who killed so many people in the Southeast. In a Facebook post tagged, final warning to Momoele Sowore, the APC chieftain said Kanu's men turned the Southeast into a killing field. He wrote, Momoele Sowore says he's marching to Aso Rock to protest against the detention of Busher of Southeast called Nnamdi Kanu. I've told him as a friend to run 440 miles. I have alerted his junior brother, Barrister Allen Sowore, to tell Momoele Sowore to run away from Nnamdi Kanu's matter because the matter is bigger than him. For real? Bigger than him. I tell you, I say people they Southeast way pull legs, say this man, they don't feel release. Some of them are already coming. Barrister Danity came out yesterday to disgrace himself. Now Joe Igbokwe today now disgracing himself. There are people, oh God, if house no kill you, it go hard for outsider to kill you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Then he went on, quote, I have advised him as a friend, but he will not listen. Nnamdi Kanu shed thousands of blood in the Southeast in 10 years. Nnamdi Kanu's men turned Southeast into a killing field, a place of anything goes, the land of Patmos, Thomas Hobbes' state of nation, where life is nasty, brutish, and short. Nnamdi Kanu decimated Southeast. Then he went on. The man is senseless without life, without soul, without faculty, without wisdom, without knowledge, without character, without understanding. It was a useless business enterprise that moved Igbo nation back by 50 years. We lost respect, honor, integrity, dignity, common sense, and wisdom. Whatever came over our people, I cannot explain. Then he went on. We kept quiet, and idiot and vagabond ruined the land of the rising sun. We went to sleep, and children led by the empty head called Nnamdi Kanu dragged Igbo nation into a terrible mess that will take us years to clear the audience table. Sowore, we called him three times. How many times did I call you? Three times, Abi. Run 440 away from Southeast matter. You know nothing about what Nnamdi Kanu did in the Southeast in 10 years in the name of a totally useless and senseless Biafra project. Blood was shed. I'm a victim. Go to New Inewi and see my home. Go and speak to people before you join the senseless mission. Go and do due diligence in Southeast before you put your mouth in the matter. The road leads to nowhere. I've done my duty. Which duty? Maybe when they pay attention to what I'm reading, oh, I've done my duty. If you are from southwest, south central, southeast, and northwest, ignore Kanu and reckless interloper called Sowore. This Aluta Continua adventure is no longer relevant. It is kindergarten, a no-brainer, childish, senseless, etc. Ha!